Hi, welcome to Lit and Comp 2. Today I want to go over the instructions for your graffiti journal, assignment, directions, and example. You can also click the written instructions that are attached at the bottom if you would rather read. So as you read your assigned pages, you're going to be working on your graffiti novel and your graffiti journal. And once you finish reading and have completed all your responses, make sure to upload. So if you go to your graffiti journal directions and example, you can keep up with me and go word by word with the instructions. So our instructions are as follows. You're going to be creating a graffiti wall reading journal as we read Monster. So as we continue to read Monster, you will keep a journal for each reading assignment. You have the option to use Word, PowerPoints, Padlet, or you can hand draw some personal artwork. You're responding to four things. The first thing is graffiti. Now, your graffiti is going to be one image or picture that illustrates the day's reading in a meaningful way. So, you can find a picture from the internet, you can Google something, or you can draw something. Number two is words or phrases. You're going to think of one word or phrase that comes to mind after the day's reading, and that'll go in your journal somewhere. Then you're going to be using your say something strategy. You'll be using three of the following. You can make a connection, make a comment, make a prediction, ask a question, or clarify something. So be sure to state which of the methods you're using, but you can use multiple. So you could ask two questions and make one connection. You can make three comments. You can make two predictions and clarify something. So you can kind of mix and match these or do multiples as long as you're doing three. Be sure to state which of the methods that you're using, however. Then for vocabulary, you're going to pick one vocab word from our monster vocab list and write one sentence. Your sentence should reference or connect to monster in some way. After using the word in a sentence, write a follow-up reflection comment. The vocab list is attached to each reading assignment for the week, and it's also in the class resources folder on the course page under Monster. Each journal entry should use different vocab words, however, so don't use the same one. So let's look at an example below. I labeled each part for you. So this is part one, and this was the graffiti. This is where you're picking a picture or drawing a picture or finding an image, something that related to today's reading. So I picked what looked like someone kind of trapped, holding onto a window or looking out. Seems like they're kind of stuck and they can't get out. So I felt like this related to our author. So that was part one. That was graffiti, the image that illustrates the day's meaning in a meaningful way. So you'll be finding your own picture and putting it in your graffiti journal. Part two is to find a word or phrase that connects to the day's reading. So I put, I'm scared. So I know that Steve was locked in prison. He was in an unfamiliar place and really terrified of what was going on. So those are the words I thought were important. Then I did my say something strategy. This is number three. I said, today's reading makes me think about the juvenile justice and adult system in America. Would Steve be tried as an adult if this case were happening now? Why did the prosecutor charge Steve the same as King and Bobo? So that was an example of making a connection, and I made a text to world connection. And I also asked two questions. So those are my three say something strategies. And then part four was to use a vocab word in a sentence and reflect on how that relates to the story. So my vocab word was monster. And my sentence is, I hate that Steve is called a monster. And I related it by saying, I believe this label will inevitably stay with him even if he's found innocent. So I did not only put a vocab word, but I also used a follow-up reflection comment on that word and that sentence and how it relates to the book. So as you can see, this is like a graffiti wall. You don't need to put these numbers. I just wanted to highlight them to show you the 4 parts. So I have a picture, my words or phrases, my um, say something strategy, and then vocab and reflection of the sentence and word. If you have any questions as you're working on your graffiti wall reading journal for Monster, please reach out and let me know.